Freeze! Come on, get up. Go get your right and take it back to base. Yes, sir. What the? This is only one Kenobi, only one, and this video will be all about the Biker Scout. I'm going to do a couple of things in this video. I'm going to show you this vintage one and a few others that were released up to date, but primarily what I want to do is I want to recard this on this Biker Scout card, because one thing I've found in the last few months is that vintage original trilogy collection packaging or also the vintage Saga collection is excellent for putting figures in. They're quite easy, the bubbles to open, and they're just good for recarding, to cut a long story short there. But before I do all of that, I'm going to take you through the whole process of opening this, but I'm also going to show you a few Biker Scouts from the past. Firstly, a quick look at this vintage 80s. Now, they did such a good job on this in the 80s. Decent sculpt at all. It hasn't changed that much going through the years. Moving on to this one, fellow figure collectors James was talking about this not long ago. It's the Dirty Biker Scout, which there was another one that was clean, but anyway, look at that. I mean, it's pretty decent going back to Power of the Jedi line. Not too bad at all. The helmet is getting smaller, which is probably more accurate. This one has a much smaller helmet. This is the, well, this was in the Black series, but I'm telling you now that this is a complete repack and exact same mould as this guy that I'm about to open anyway. I've decided I'm going to open this and get out of this because I have a Biker Scout which I have in my collection, which I'd already taken out of the clamshell because I don't really display vintage Sagas in clamshells. I keep them in Protect star cases. All my VOTC, VSC and vintage collection all get put in Protect star cases. But before I open this, I just wanted to talk to you about the vintage Saga, because this is a UGH, or Ultimate Galactic Hunt one, which means that this figure, or the car back, is sealed in here. When I first discovered one of these on eBay, I thought the seller was having a laugh. I thought he'd actually glued the figure inside with glue or something, but no. Hasbro did. Hasbro sealed a few of these up because inside there's a voucher or something for the Ultimate Galactic Hunt. So the only way I can get this card out is by cutting it open. It doesn't really matter that I'm going to open this and cut it open and stuff, because it's not worth much. Well, it wasn't for me. I bought this in a little job lot recently with another figure, so I just figured, well, I've got two choices. I either keep it stored away and try and make a profit on it in a few years, or just open the damn thing and I can do a bit of recarding. And I do fancy doing the recarding because I managed to win this a few months ago. Haven't done anything with it yet. I've been meaning to do this video for a while, and I'll take you through the whole process. But the first thing is I've got to cut this open, literally cut it open, because I can't open it. It's been sealed at the top, so that's a shame. But join me in a moment and we will get it open, and I will show you how I open the bubble as well. Join me. Thank you very much. Here we are for part two. Literally, to get this open, as I say, you're going to have to cut it. So I'm not going to cause any damage to the car, but I literally have to go across like this and cut away any of the seals that are... Can you see this all right? Any of the seals. It'll be alright to go down, so I've done this plenty of times. As I say, I'm not going to display this really yet, but any card I've had like this, like Bosk was one, Han on Hoth was one, this guy was one. As I say, I prefer to display them in Protect star cases, so I'd have to take it out of this anyway, but yeah. Whew. Bear with me a minute. Going at the bottom now as well. It won't cause any damage or bend to the card because I'm nowhere near the card when I'm cutting there like that. Come on, man, open. Hope I'm not boring you by keeping you waiting here. Yep, there you go, it's opening now, you see. Hang on, there's a bit more at the bottom. There you go. Now then. Okay, so now I'm going to open the bubble on this one. That is fresh, sealed freshness from Hasbro. Join me in part 3, thank you. Hello, welcome to part 3. I've put the fisheye on so you can see, but there's a little bit of an air pocket. There always is air pockets. Can you see them? There's one there, there's one there, and there's one there. I'm going to try and get this knife. By the way, it's really, really thin and sharp, this knife. You're going to have to just get under there, come on. Oh no, I'm making a mess of the card here, look at that. Come on, baby. Come on, handle, buddy. Don't let me down. Get in there, will ya? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I'm in. Watch this. Okay, so then, after that, you've got to kind of go across. and lift. And the thing about VOTC is they lift a lot better than any other bubbles. Having said that, if you've got a sharp enough and thin enough knife, you can get into the vintage collection ones, but it just seems to be the gum, the plastic gum that seals it on the card, is a lot thinner as well, so there's a smaller surface area stuck to the card back, so it's easier to just sort of get off. Can you still see this all right? I'm just trying to do it, keep my eye on it and not what the camera's filming. Come on, let's get this done for the viewers, eh? Yeah, it's coming off nice and clean, that. Now, in the next part, I'll just see if I can get this vintage figure inside it. I think we're looking good there, folks. Okay, will you join me, please, in part 4? I'll get him out properly. Join me. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Okay, we're done now. We're open. We're all fine. So there's some good news and some bad news. The good news is that this guy comes out no problem. Look how well he will seal up again. You can tell when I put glue on it how well he will seal. The bad news is I've tried to... And also he just falls out. He falls out of his interior bubble so easily. Look at this. See? Vintage collection, you have to sort of push them out and you stretch and bend the internal bubble. These just sit in nicely. But here's the bad news: I can't use this internal bubble to put the vintage figure in because his head is far too big, man. He's got such a big head, like I can't fit him in. I'd have to force him maybe in that. So what happens? See, his head will not fit inside that thing here. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I might be able to force him in. You never know. But just for now, without forcing it. If I put him in there, his head is sticking out that way, and there's not enough space inside the card for him to. It would be, yeah. I can't get there's no closure there, no closure. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try him without the internal bubble. They're good only for stopping a figure from rattling around. But then again, if it would look more authentic if he was just in there without anything. So let's try him in there without anything. I don't have a blaster yet for this guy, but I tell you what, he looks all right like that. In a moment I am going to do another part to this video if you want to stay with me. I'm going to show you how I seal it, and I seal it with Pritt Stick. I used to think that you'd have to use something like super glue, but super glue sets so quickly, if you make any mistakes, you've had it. And also, super glue, if there's any residue and you wipe it, it makes a horrible streak that will never be removed on the card. So I'll show you what I do with a Pritt Stick in part, God knows how many parts is it, 4, 5? Join me in a moment anyway, thank you. Hello there. I actually regret telling you I'm going to do another part because I don't actually intend on sealing this guy in yet, but I'll show you, for example, how you do it. Now, my advice is to pull out your Pritt Stick as far as you can, do a really thin line right down here, but remember to double-side it. Any glue you put there is not enough. For extra stickness, if that's a word, you need to put a film of it there. And the reason Pritt Stick is better is that you can just manoeuvre it. Come on, focus, will you? There you go. Sorry, I'm getting bad-tempered with the camera. So that any bare card back that you can see can be sort of matched. You can sort of jiggle it and wiggle it. And then it's just a lot nicer and tidier to seal it up that way. Give it a try anyway. Let me know what you think. Thank you very much. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. There you go. I haven't sealed it in yet, as I say. I'm going to try and find a blaster. I might cheat and just get a modern Biker Scout blaster. AKA... not just that he's called a Biker Scout, but he is also known as the Scout Trooper, isn't he? You've got Snow Trooper, you've got Scout Trooper, Scout Storm Trooper. But anyway, these guys were ace when they first came out. It's nice to see alternative armour, should we say, and helmets for Stormtroopers. Anyway, thank you very much. An entire legion of my best troops await them. Thank you for watching. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one.